Hey guys, what is up, and I welcome you to a new episode of Did You Know, this one featuring Leona. Please don't forget to throw in a like if you did enjoy this episode, but without any further ado, let us jump straight into her abilities. Leona's passive has her allies deal more damage with auto attacks and spells, and the damage from the passive counts as the allies' damage that procced it on top of scaling off of their magic pen, not Leona's. You cannot stack Leona's passive, which means reapplying it with another one of her skills will simply refresh the duration of the previous stack. This passive also has a hidden passive in itself, which makes it deal 1 less damage to champions that wear sunglasses, such as Vayne, Surfer Singed, Riot Graves, and champions like that. In these scenarios, the Graves took 14 damage from Leona's passive when my ally Graves auto-attacked him, however in the Riot Graves skin, he only took 13. Leona's Q, Shield of Daybreak, is an auto-attack reset, meaning you can auto-attack first, then Q for more damage, or you can use this to kill the wards faster. This ability also applies on hit effects, meaning it can proc things like Critical Strike, Spell Vamp, and even things like Static Shiv. A useful thing about her Q ability is also that it can apply bonus damage to turrets, meaning that if you do play something like a Tank Bruiser Leona and you get Triforce, it can be pretty useful at pushing turrets. Did you know that Fiora's Q will not miss when it is dodged by someone like a Jax, parried by Fiora, blocked by Pantheon, or when she's blinded by Teemo? It will still go through all of these effects and even deal its damage. Her W, Eclipse, has 0 cast time, making it very good to use right before you decide to go and engage with your E. Spell Shield will block Leona's abilities, such as her Q, her W, and her E, but the dash on the E will still proc. And on top of all this, it also blocks the ultimates. If Leona throws her E and it hits something like a Wukong clone and does not hit Wukong himself, she will still dash to the clone. As of somewhat of a recent update, Leona will automatically try to auto-attack the target that she ends up dashing to with her E. Her ultimate can reveal the area it is used in for a brief second, which can be very good to either use to check bushes or if you know someone's in there and get the sight on them to follow up with an attack. Alright guys, let us jump into some cool facts and lore about Leona. Did you know that Leona was designed by someone named Volti, who also made Diana, Draven, Vayne, and many more? Apparently fans kept requesting for a female tank and Leona was Riot's response. Did you know that Leona was voiced by someone named Wendy Lee? Leona's name is Latin for lioness, and Leon means lion in French, Greek, Latin, and even Spanish. Also, her appearance and style is inspired by writer Iron Stylus' wife, and her face was drawn with Natalie Portman as a reference. Leona's final splash artwork is slightly different than the one shown in the art spotlight, mainly the hair. Leona's dance is somewhat similar to a class called Force Shielder and one of their moves from a game called Cabal Online. Leona's Sunlight, the passive, is somewhat similar in concept to Lux's Illumination, which is her passive. However, Leona cannot proc her own passive, while only Lux can proc hers. Leona and Pantheon are both based off of ancient Greece, and Leona seems to have the Virginia Sun symbol on her shield, even though half of it is somewhat separated, but it is still there if you put it together. Let's dive into Leona's lore. At the very peak of Mount Targon lies a group called the Solari, who answer a higher calling and have retired from war to devote themselves to the sun. This group was formed by a warrior who was able to call down the raw might of the sun against his enemies, and no one yet has shown the same promise as the founder until Leona. She was considered very strong even since childhood, practicing with Pantheon constantly, but she did not want to kill, but instead to protect. When her ceremony to advance begun, a ceremony that involves 2 teams to battle to the death, Leona refused and as such was sentenced to execution. As they were about to kill her, a sunlight burst forth, and once it went away, Leona was standing strong in the middle of it while everyone else around her was unconscious. From this, Leona was seen as the next in line to the previous founder. She donned her golden armor and eventually joined the League. Her sword was also chosen by the community to be forged by Man-at-Arms. Valkyrie Leona, of course, references to the Valkyries from Norse mythology. Here's a really funny thing. In this skin, you can somewhat see Leona's underpants while you're within a bush, which means this skin is clearly an insta-buy. Iron Solari Leona is based off of the Locket of the Iron Solari item. As an interesting point, in this skin, you can see the scarlet macaw bird in the background, which pays tribute to Iron Stylus, the designer, who also uses this bird as his avatar on the League forums and even owns a similar bird himself. In the Pool Party Leona artwork, you can see Tarek with Lux running around in the background, while it seems like Ezreal on the right looks very jealous. And also in the very background, you can see Nami swimming. Also, in the skin, you can see a hidden Lunari symbol on the back of her shield while in game. Did you know that Pantheon and Leona were childhood friends? Leona and Diana are adversaries, since Leona is the chosen of the sun and Diana is the chosen of the moon. Alright guys, that does mark the end of this episode of Did You Know featuring Leona. Please don't forget to throw in a like if you did enjoy this episode and to maybe share it with your friends. I'd also very much appreciate it if you guys can check out the previous episodes and also follow me on my Facebook and Twitter pages. Description down below contains the links. And a quick shout out to my friend Pokito who also runs his own YouTube channel. Check it out for more sweet League of Legends action. But as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this and I hope to see you next time. Peace.